Hey, how's it going? Today is 20th of September, Friday, and we're taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities we can find. It's something that I really want to do for a very long time and just trying to understand where a lot of finances are as of now, as well as perhaps what information is available up there when it comes to movement of those finances, right, and where finances would be invested. That would be in today's video. We're gonna be taking a look at Saudi Arabia and where and what kind of projects Saudi Arabia is developing and what we're investing to. Initially, I was looking to understand a little bit better what port access is Saudi Arabia is looking to gain access to, as well as more of the infrastructure, hard infrastructure compared to perhaps other videos and all people looking for different things, right? Would be perhaps they already have access to best advisors on the process of what to do, right? But to acquire rights into different ports, all this kind of things, is very hard, by the way. But either way, so in today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at potentially 5 different projects. In each project, that will be kind of infrastructure projects, as well as it might be very strong structure for every project when it comes to having right mindset coming into this, right, and all blueprints. So that would be once you have very good structure of one infrastructure project, quote unquote, you can scale that into different areas. Perhaps that would be an optimal way to approach it. But again, acquiring rights to scale some of those models, that's a different problem, I guess. Either way, let's take a look at 5 different projects and what Saudi Arabia is looking to invest into, right? First one, that would be Neom, located and northwest of Saudi Arabia, and that would be a line, quote unquote, the way how the entire city would be shaped. Initially, plans were for 170 kilometers long city with no cars or roads. So a very interesting idea, as well as power using renewable energy, all these kind of things, right? I think that there was a lot of things have changed in price and all how hard it might be to develop entire project. But let's take a look at what kind of information is available online. Let's and every project. So let's take a look at what information is available on Wikipedia. So it might be accurate information, I guess. That's been known, and it's an urban area being built by Saudi Arabian Tabuk province, launched in 2017 by Crown Prince. Inside the northern tip of the Red Sea, to east Egypt across the Gulf of Aqaba and south of Jordan. The total planned area of Nome is 26.5 square kilometers. Multiple regions are planned, including floating industrial complex. So that's a part I'm most interested in because I believe they have very interesting ideas when it comes to kind of floating and all entire complex and how entire complex can be built. That's why I'm interested in, but perhaps there's other things happening, right? Including that to the overall global trade, right? And if all building businesses and all of this kind of infrastructure is already hard, we don't need to make things more harder than the things already are. But perhaps tourist resorts and all these kind of things as important as other areas, including renewable energy sources, right? Much of the city is hoped to be completed by 2039, so they still got a lot of time. Some experts have expressed skepticism about the ambition of the mega projects, right, and how complex it can be to build those, right? The project estimated cost exceeds 1.5 trillion, but again, that's dollars, right? On January 29, 2019, that's how the government announced that it has established closed joint stock company named NOM. The company is wholly owned by a public investment fund, and it's solely dedicated to development of economic zones, and including one in Nome. Yeah, I believe that would be initial project, and perhaps that would be another ways how to scale similar or build similar projects in the future, right? Saudi Arabia originally aimed to complete major parts of the project by 2020, which exceptions completed in 2025, right? But again, it's just completing all the work on time and on budget, right? But fell behind schedule by July 2020. Only 2 buildings have been constructed, and most of the projects have remained bare desert. In 2024, the project was reopened to have been scaled back from original plan. However, it was denied by the Saudi economic minister. Right? I don't know. It might be a very hard thing to do, but either way, that's just one example, right? And let's take a look at what are other projects, right? Number two, that's the King Salman Park project, located in Riyadh. Key features of this project are to be a massive urban project designed to be one of the largest in the world. Okay, size, I guess. The project includes comprehensive road network, transportation system, and pedestrian pathways, right? So that will be important. Since we're only taking a look at the hard infrastructure, perhaps other areas can include education and importance of education, and as well as developing plans, training of people. Perhaps right now we're taking a look at only construction side of things, but many things, right? But either way, let's take a look at what kind of information is available online. King Salman Park is under construction, large-scale public park and urban district in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It was unveiled in 2019 as one of the public initiatives in increased green space in Riyadh, being built one of the grounds from the former Riyadh airbase and covering most of the King Augsburg district. Okay, so perhaps there might be airport, but again, if there's only park, animals, and trees, I don't know. It's not necessarily hard infrastructure, right? It is while parks are important, right? It is slated to be the largest urban park in the world upon its opening in 2024. The park has land its name of the nearly district of King Salman neighborhood that are named after King Salman. Okay, there's the names there, and then perhaps the historical value. Okay, there's another project and value estimated value of roughly $1 billion, right? Which is great. That would be another project. Let's progress and let's take a look at next project, right? Let's take a look at the third project. That would be location near Riyadh. Key features: an entertainment and a sports city that will include roads and all infrastructure for tourists and all local travel. Okay, so perhaps it's important to generate a lot of attention, and as of now, Saudi Arabia is looking to increase attention. Okay, it's well again trade and the right investments. I hope they make the right decisions, right? I hope, right? Either way, let's take a look at this project. That would be Quidia, and that would be a planned environmental and tourism mega project in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Construction started in the beginning of 2019. It was planned to open in 2023. Though as 2024 major projects including Six Flags, Quidia, and Aquarabia Water Park, and the Formula One. Okay, racetrack are incompleted, right? Okay, so there's a lot of plans, right? Maybe it's a very interesting project, right? As for now, let's take a look at only perhaps hard infrastructure and what information is available, right? Very interesting project and tension. Okay. I don't know historical data actually perhaps some of those projects that Egypt was doing when investing and all looking to invest in the movie industry, and I believe that's something that Egypt have done it historically speaking, where Egypt was taking a look at how to generate a lot of attention, what Egypt was doing at the time, and investing in similar projects, right? So perhaps there's something there, right? Number four, let's take a look at Jeddah Economic City. That would be located in Shahad. Some of the features include homes to the Jeddah Tower, which is said to be the world's tallest building. Okay. The project includes the development of roads, networks, and transportation systems to support tower and surrounding areas. Okay. It's kind of interesting, but again, I'm just like I would like to understand a little bit better and how this kind of projects would be developed, as well as how those projects would be developed at scale, right? Then it comes to moving things up. Usually, because the real estate and everything was happening around the area is very expensive, then people were beginning to optimize the land of footprint, quote unquote, right? I have done a little bit of research in the last couple of weeks and trying to understand how real estate market is working, including uh, people choices when it comes to purchasing a lot of real estate in places like New York, London, and or Saudi Arabia. So perhaps it's a hot market, quote unquote, right? Perhaps, but again, it's not investment advice, right? So perhaps there's something there. What myself looking to understand a little bit better. But overall, the hard economic city, previously known as Kingdom City, is a 5,202,570 square meters project provided for construction in Jihad, Saudi Arabia. The project is designed by the Kingdom Holdings Company, a firm owned by okay, let's name it Agilon Economic City will host both commercial and residential development, including homes, hotels, and offices, right? So if the city is close to water, quote unquote water, so how much trade and how people would come into the city. If it's in the middle, then would be airports and this kind of infrastructure we're gonna be taking a look at. There might be a lot of interesting ideas out there, right? And let's take a look at number 5. That will be Red Sea project. That will be Saudi Arabia's west coast and a tourist-focused project that spans several islands and coastal areas. Roads and all transportation infrastructure will connect various islands to ports and all resorts, and there might be some other water transportation and all part in design. Let's take a look at what kind of information is available online or on Wikipedia, and perhaps that will be just some of the examples of that. That would be the Red Sea project, and that really simply refers to as the Red Sea. Okay, is a tourist mega project under construction in the Red Sea coast of Saudi Arabia. The project, which is developed by a public investment fund owned by Red Sea Global, forms part of the Saudi Vision 2030 program. The project was announced by Saudi Crown Prince in 2017. That really just an example of some of those projects, as well as there might be a lot of trade happening around Suez Channel, right? As well as this side, and there might be some projects that might be launched in other side of the channel next to Egypt, right? And perhaps some of those projects on a blueprint how they would like to scale. That would be prototypes, quote unquote, 5 projects that we were taking a look at in today's video, and how those 5 projects could be scaled. I couldn't find airports, right? I believe airports would be important as well, right? Just perhaps some of those descriptions didn't have enough detail, but that was just overall hard infrastructure. Perhaps there might be some software projects as well that Saudi Arabia might be interested in launching, but then as well as education would be very important and all the other areas, right? But we, as of now, just taking a look at trade and all port accesses, right? Let's close that. Thanks for watching. See you next one.